The architecture of the mind, the spiritual network, and the runic blueprint. The hook. A single spark of electrical activity fires across a synapse in the darkness of the human cranium. Simultaneously, miles away and centuries deep in history, a sharp edge carves a jagged line into a cold stone. At first glance, these two events have no bridge between them. However, as the light intensifies, a glowing lattice appears, connecting the geometric angles of an ancient rune directly to the pulsing neurons of the frontal lobe. The boundary between language and biology vanishes, revealing that the mind is not just observing the symbol, it is being reshaped by it. The introduction. The human brain is often described as the most complex machine in the known universe, a web of billions of neurons communicating through electrochemical signals. For millennia, humanity has sought keys to unlock the hidden potential of this biological masterpiece. Among the most enigmatic of these keys are the runes, the ancient script of the Germanic and Norse peoples. While historians view them as a writing system and occultists view them as magical tools, a more profound perspective is emerging: the concept of the spiritual network. This theory suggests that runes function as a sophisticated interface, a series of geometric codes designed to align with the natural architecture of human thought and the nervous system. The evolution of symbolic thought. To understand how runes connect to the brain, one must first look at how the human mind processes symbols. The brain does not see the world exactly as it is. It interprets signals through a filter of patterns. When an individual gazes upon a rune, such as the zigzag of Sewilo or the crossed lines of Gebo, the visual cortex does more than identify a shape. It triggers a cascade of associations that reach deep into the limbic system and the subconscious mind. The spiritual network is the invisible infrastructure where these symbols meet neural pathways. It is the belief that these specific angles and frequencies were not chosen at random, but were discovered as reflections of the internal structures of human consciousness. The geometric bridge. The Elder Futhark consists of 24 signs, each composed of straight lines. In the context of the spiritual network, these lines represent the flow of energy or intent. Neuroscience tells us that certain shapes can evoke specific emotional and cognitive responses. Sharp angles and vertical lines often correlate with alertness, direction, and structural integrity. By tracing these lines, the mind begins to mirror the geometry of the symbol. This is the cognitive shaping. If the brain is the hardware, the runes act as a specialized software, a linguistic coding language that can bypass the ego and speak directly to the core functions of the brain. The neural lattice and the runic flow. Imagine the brain as a vast, dark forest. Every thought is a path worn into the earth. Over time, these paths become deep ruts, making it difficult to think in new ways. The spiritual network proposes that the runes serve as a map to create new pathways. When a person focuses on the rune Ansus, representing communication and divine inspiration, the neural activity shifts toward the areas of the brain responsible for language and abstract reasoning. The rune acts as a focal point, drawing the mental energy away from chaotic, unstructured noise and into a specific, ordered frequency. This is not merely metaphor, it is the systematic alignment of biological thoughts with ancient geometric resonance. The high point, the synthesis of spirits and matter. The climax of this connection occurs when the observer no longer sees the rune as an external object, but experiences it as an internal state. At this stage of the spiritual network, the lines of the rune and the dendrite of the brain become indistinguishable in their function. There is a profound synchronization. The vibration of the sound associated with the symbol vibrates the physical matter of the brain, while the visual geometry stabilizes the fluctuations of the mind. In this high state of integration, the spiritual network is fully active. The human brain becomes a conscious node within a larger cosmic grid. The individual is no longer just thinking, they are vibrating in harmony with a foundational code of reality. The barriers of time and space thin, as the ancient script provides a direct link to the collective unconscious, allowing for a radical expansion of perception and the restructuring of the self. The resonance of the subconscious. Deep within the folds of the brain lies a subconscious, the silent engine that drives 90% of human behavior. The spiritual network operates primarily at this level. Unlike modern alphabets, which are often processed purely in the analytical left hemisphere, runes are believed to bridge the gap between the analytical and the intuitive right hemisphere. This holistic processing allows for a deeper form of learning and transformation. By engaging with the runic network, an individual is effectively performing neural hacking, using the symbols to prune away stagnant thought patterns and foster the growth of new, more empowered perspectives. The modern relevancy of ancient coding. In an age of digital distraction, the human brain is under constant bombardment by fragmented information. This has led to a weakening of the internal spiritual network, leaving many feeling disconnected from their own cognitive power. The study of the runic neural connection offers a return to focus. By stripping away the noise and returning to the fundamental geometric truths of the runes, individuals can begin to recalibrate their mental state. It provides a grounded, structured method of meditation and mental discipline that is rooted in both ancestral tradition and the fundamental laws of geometry. The conclusion. The relationship between runic symbols and the human brain is a testament to the enduring power of ancient wisdom. The spiritual network is not a relic of the past, but a living map that continues to offer insights into the nature of thought and reality. As we move forward into an era where the boundaries between technology and biology are blurring, these ancient codes remind us that the most powerful network has always existed within us. By understanding how these lines connect to our neurons, we unlock a timeless technology for self-evolution. The runes remain as they always were, silent, powerful, and waiting for the mind to mirror their strength.